G'day guys and gals. Alright, so the daily contract is Activation 3, which is 100% health increase for enemies. That's crap. Do it by itself. Because unless you're bringing a good handful of 6 stars, you're probably not going to have the damage to get things down. These are the 5 I'm using to get my 8, which does increase a lot of health anyway, but it's not quite as bad. So you're going to want a flag bearer and a high damage vanguard, standard vanguard, so scavenger works. I like using silence as a healer here, so a good single target healer, but I like using silence for that drone. The drone adds a lot of versatility. I'm just using Perfumer for a map-wide heal talent. You can use any AoE healer you want. Nightingale will be the one that gives you the best bang for buck in this. Nightingale with skill 3. A good guard, single target guard, so I'm using Flint. You can really use whoever you want, as long as they have an on-use skill. Try not to give them an auto skill, because auto skills will probably stitch you up in the long haul. I'm using Blue Poison. You don't need to bring, as I call them, a split shot sniper. I just let Blue Poison because she deals arts damage as dot. So gives her that little bit of extra versatility for where the lane I'm going to have her in. A good single target sniper. So I'm using Greythroat. You can use Jessica if you want. There's a lot of different options. Probably stick away from Vermeil though, because as I say, Vermeil is what I would call a split shot sniper, so it's not super helpful for you. A good AoE guard, so I'm using Spectre. If you use Inspector, don't use skill 2, because that stun will stitch you up. Preferably 2 operators with deploy skills, so attack on deploy skills, I should say. Because that will bait some skills, which I'll show you later, and that's going to be super messy. You don't have to do it, but I'll try my best to show you guys how it works, just in case you're just scraping through. A good slower, I'm using Podenko. Obviously you can use a 4-star or higher. I don't think Orchard will have the attack for it. I haven't tried, but it does sometimes get a bit hairy. Armia with skill 1 or 2, or just a nice high damage arts dealer. And last but not least, we're going to borrow somebody's Mudrock. Mudrock skill 2, because that'll make your life unbelievably easier. And also, I encourage you guys to borrow operators, because to get all the medals in this, you need to borrow 5 operators from people to get all the medals. So yeah, do that. That aside, if this helps you out, guys, leave a sub, because it helps me out a lot. Helps me grow my little baby channel. Alrighty, so because we have a reduced deployment point thing, we need to get our vanguards in exactly the right order. High attack first, over in the left-hand lane, because we've got plenty of time to play around with the right. Remember, as always, results will vary depending on your mastery skills on your vanguards. Second vanguard in. Podenko in. Here, down. Skill. Blue Poison. Facing down. Now from here, it's kind of important to get your ordering straight. So I like to put Perfumer here, facing across to the left as she was. And do that. Silence I like to put in next, here facing up. Greythroat here facing across. To the left. And once this shielded enemy comes out, that's a good indication that we need to start worrying about the left-hand lane again. So, Armia. And we'll use blue poison skill. Use this skill, pop in Flint. This skill here. Now, this is where I like using Silence's drone because we can use her to keep Podenko topped up until this sniper gets into range of something else. So at this point in time, obviously, Myrtle, even though we're just getting very close to this, I'm using Flint's skill there. Just trying to squeeze as many deployment points out of this as I can. Take her out. Pop Inspector. So here's our first Blade Helm. Now these are the guys who are going to actually debuff. So I now have Flint's skill cycling, so I don't care. The debuff will go on Flint. Flint on this side is not my real source of attack. Because most of the enemies that come through are going to be shielded. So whatever I do, attack's not going to be important. So she'll get the debuff. Pop, there it is. So Texas' skill again. So just be mindful of what's going on this side with Podenko. Have an incident going on there. Now, worst case scenario, and that is not solvable for you. Yank Mudrock in straight away. I'm going to have to do it now anyway, but as you see, I've just used Blue Poison skill over here, which has caused her to get hit by the debuff. Now, don't care about that. I'm about to swap her out anyway, so it's irrelevant. Boom, boom, Mudrock here. I'll need to put another drone in to get Podenko topped. Flint again. Flint should get a debuff. Yep, there she goes. So now I use Spectre's skill. Now, Mudrock, you'll notice, also got the debuff. I don't care. Mudrock losing her attack for a little bit of time is not going to hurt anything. It's just the way it be. I think Armia will get it next. Maybe? Nope, Armia's still less. So that's irrelevant. So I'll use Podenko's skill there because I'm falling behind on those little drones. Top up Podenko because she's going to need health very shortly. So Spectre currently has the debuff. Again, I don't care. She's just the tank in that lane. I couldn't care less. Alright, so here come our main enemies. Try your best to keep Podenko topped up because she is not done. So just be super mindful of how much is left in the map. So right now, this guy in here is the last one in this lane. And obviously the boss over here will be the last one left in that lane. These need to go down sort of together. So that actually worked out okay. Podenko was done there anyway. So we've got 3 left. There's one more just here, and then the 2 bosses. So I don't, losing Podenko, I would have pulled Podenko out there anyway had she not died. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop Red in here because she will bait attacks. So we're just looking at this enemy here. I think Armia might be belting that a bit too hard, so we're going to take Army out. I'm going to take Blue out. I think I'm going to take Red out of there. Just watch. At this point in time, I can't tell you what to do. You're just going to have to watch where your damage is. Now, obviously, I say watch where your damage is. I'm probably getting very close to losing Grey Throat, but again, that's not super important. That's an easy fix. So I'll do, do this. How we doing? I'm gonna need someone else up here. Utage will probably go down. Nope, but it was close. There she goes. Replace with Red. Take Red out because I'm going to need her. Because that enemy is dead. Now, if it comes to this, this is the last one you want. If this one's left, you're probably going to get belted. Now, Mudrock can sort of deal with this one for a little while. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to put a slower in here. And then I'm just going to slow this enemy down as much as humanly possible. And there we go. Now, obviously, I wanted to manage that a hell of a lot better than I just did. It's always when I'm recording that I do my shittest clears. Kind of like when you go for your driving test, you always fuck it up when you go for it. Anyway, that's how you get through that one, guys. I know that was super sloppy at the end. I don't know why it always happens when I'm trying to record, but that's all right. Manage those two bosses as best you can. Try and get them down towards the same site, towards the same time. The one on the left-hand lane, the melee one, is the one you want left alive if it's a worst case scenario, because it's the easier of the two to manage. So I hope that helps you out, guys.